Happy New Year's Eve and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful way to end the year 2018 with a great day here in north central Washington. Lots of blue sky and clear skies out there with sunshine as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Sky-Fi Tower camera at Omi Gardens. Temperatures not all that warm today, still above normal, but boy, it was bright, beautiful, and sunny out there. And here's a look at how things shape up for your New Year's Day tomorrow. Not a bad day if you're out and about. We'll see dry weather throughout north central Washington. Maybe a little bit of patchy fog as you get going in the morning tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures mainly in the 30s. Won't be as low as 15 here, but we will see lows in the lower 20s. And we will have more on your weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An overturned semi stopped traffic on Highway 243 in Grant County Saturday afternoon. A high-speed vehicle chase turned into a foot pursuit near the town of Beverly Sunday night. And a man was arrested in Moses Lake last week after a Grant County Sheriff's deputy spotted a fertilizer bomb in his vehicle during a routine traffic stop. But first, we begin tonight. Firefighters were called out overnight to a structure fire on South Mission Street in Wenatchee. An older single-story wood frame home caught fire. Chelan County Fire District 1 Captain Clint Webley says the house was not occupied.
We arrived to find smoke and fire showing from the Bravo side of the structure, one of the windows on that side, and smoke throughout the building. The building appeared vacant with boarded up windows. However, we made sure we got inside as quickly as possible for a fire attack and do a primary search. Lots of times, especially during this time of year, people will use structures like this to stay warm. We had some difficulty gaining access to the fire because it was boarded up, but crews were able to get in quickly still and make a good fire attack and knock the fire down, and we were able to get searches of the structure with nothing found. No injuries reported. We're just continuing to monitor on scene for any hot spots.
Webley says damage was limited to the south side of that structure. The cause is under investigation. Southbound traffic on South Mission Street near the Cellar Bridge was detoured for about 2 hours. Well, an overturned semi stopped traffic on Highway 243 in Grant County over the weekend. State troopers say the big rig driven by a Dallas, Texas man flipped onto its side about 2 miles north of the Vernita Bridge. Troopers say the driver lost control of the truck during Saturday's high winds. The northbound roadway was blocked for about 4.5 hours. The driver was transported to Cadlick Hospital for treatment of his minor injuries. Well, a high-speed vehicle chase that turned into a foot pursuit near Beverly Sunday evening ended with a suspect being treated for minor injuries that were inflicted by police canine Edo. About 8:30 p.m., a Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife officer attempted to pull over a suspected impaired driver, but the suspect, Alfredo Rodriguez Santos, fled, reaching speeds of 100 miles per hour, according to the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Santos pulled into the driveway of a home on Lower Crab Creek Road and ran away on foot. Deputy Tyson Voss and Canine Edo were called in, and after a 30-minute search, Edo found Santos hiding in tall weeds. Santos was taken by ambulance to Quincy Valley Medical Center to be treated for injuries related to his encounter with Edo. He later was booked into the jail for felony attempting to elude. Well, in other news, a man was arrested in Moses Lake last Wednesday after a Grant County Sheriff's deputy spotted a fertilizer bomb in his vehicle during a routine traffic stop. 39-year-old Ryan Palmer of Moses Lake is being held for investigation of second-degree burglary and attempted threats to bomb. The Grant County Sheriff's Office said Palmer told them that he stole the materials for the bomb from Nutrien Ag Solutions in Moses Lake, where he previously worked as a chemical driver. They said he believes his exposure to chemicals during that work contributed to his daughter's birth defects. Palmer allegedly obtained diesel fuel and constructed a mortar as an ignition device. He told investigators he planned to drive into the Nutrien Ag Solutions plant with the device and then drive to the company's Pasco headquarters and tell them that what he had done and explain how dangerous and easy it would be for someone who wanted to do some damage to succeed. That, according to the sheriff's office. Well, coming up next, Chelan County's newly elected officials were formally sworn into office this morning at the Wenatchee Courthouse. And if you live in Wenatchee, don't make fireworks part of your New Year's celebration, or you'll be starting off 2019 by breaking the law. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. In other news,
state your name.
I, Wayne Winters,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Washington,
and the Constitution of the State of Washington,
and will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties of the office to which you've been elected
perform the duties of the office of which I have been elected
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Chelan County's newly elected officials were formally sworn into office this morning at the Wenatchee Courthouse. Superior Court Judge Leslie Allen administered the oaths of office before a large crowd of supporters. Among the new faces elected in November is District Court Judge Kyle Mott.
I am prepared. I just want to be as comfortable as can be on day one and be ready to go. So I'm going to be Judge Four and Judge Harmon have both said that they're willing to do anything to just make sure I'm comfortable and ready to go on that first day.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sheriff Brian Burnett was accompanied by his family to this morning's ceremony. Burnett talked about his length of service as he embarks on his third term in office.
We do have plans of being there for longer. I've got an amazing staff, and they're quite a few years younger than myself, and I think we're good for 2 or 3 more. So we'll just see what the future brings us. And I was reflecting on some of the sheriffs and the dates and the times that they've had, and so I'm the first third-term sheriff for Chelan County since Dick Nichols, who was a 5-term sheriff from 1956 to 1975.
So you're looking to break a record?
Well, probably not break a record, but if I can get to anything with having the reputation that Sheriff Nichols had, it would be awesome. And I'm just very humbled to be in this position and continue on and work with the people that I work with.
Chelan County Commissioner Bob Boogert hit the ground running on his first full day in office. Chelan County Commissioners were scheduled to adopt the 2019 budget as its first order of business this morning. Well, if you live in Wenatchee, don't make fireworks part of your New Year's celebration, or you'll be starting off 2019 by breaking the law. Wenatchee's ban on personal fireworks was passed in 2016 and went into effect in June of 2017. It makes it a misdemeanor to light off personal fireworks year-round, including New Year's Eve. Personal fireworks are allowed in East Wenatchee and Douglas County, but only between 6 o'clock tonight and 1 a.m. on January 1st. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job.
I'm working now. Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you.
Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, NCWLIFE looks back at the top stories we covered this year with a special year-end special report that's scheduled to air tomorrow on New Year's Day. Join me for a half-hour-long retrospective, which will include a wide variety of issues and events that were widely viewed on TV, Facebook, and the NCWLIFE channel. Here's a preview of tomorrow's show.
Just pull behind these guys. Okay?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for being lost. I'm sorry that this took place and did what it did to your lives.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
We must respect the legitimacy of viewpoints even when we disagree with them. And that includes recognizing that high school students have a voice and a place in this conversation.
I have 12 kids here. And out of those kids, they've been called racist names. I can't even count as high how many times. And usually it's the backdrop of Lee School.
It is an iconic airplane. This particular one was built in 1944, July of 1944, so there was a lot going on in the world in July of 1944, as we know. It was originally built as a military airplane, like the vast majority of the what we call DC-3s were.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get into the details of that, let's take another look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful day today. Temperatures weren't all that warm, but not all that bad either. We saw lots of sunshine out there, a little light breeze, but all in all, it was a gorgeous day here in the Wenatchee Valley. This is shot from our Sky-Fi Tower camera at Omi Gardens, and boy, it looks just gorgeous. Almost looks like spring out there a little bit, doesn't it? All of our snow cover gone now after a little bit of rain over the weekend, and high temperatures today, warmer than they should be, but still not all that warm, into the 40s like we will see coming up. 38 our high temperature today, 26 was our overnight low, and you can see that's well above where we should be for this time of year at 31 degrees. Our normal low is 22. Had a few problems with the weather service Service, the National Weather Service website, so I didn't get your records for today. But over the weekend, we did pick up 6/100ths of an inch of moisture. And look at that. That gets us right at 7 inches of moisture for the year. And it looks like that's where it will stay because no moisture in the forecast between now and midnight tonight. So it looks like we'll finish at 7 inches for the year. Sunrise this morning, 7:47, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:16. Let's take a look now at your surface loop and see what we can expect. This is tonight at 10 o'clock. A lot of you will be out celebrating in various ways the new year, and it looks pretty nice. Partly cloudy skies. It will be a little bit cool though, so bundle up, especially if you will be outdoors for our New Year's Day. Not a bad day at all. We'll see partly cloudy skies, a little bit cooler temperatures than today. We'll see a bit of a northwest flow come down into Washington. That will cool us off, and that's just ahead of our next storm system, and that will be late in the day on Wednesday afternoon. We'll see cloudy skies, a 50% chance of rain and snow showers as that continues to move across the state. We'll see another 60% chance of, I think, mostly rain, but maybe some flakes mixed in on Tuesday. This is noontime on Tuesday, all wrapping around this area of low pressure just off the west coast of British Columbia. By the time we get into the end of our work week, 3 o'clock on Friday, mostly cloudy skies. A 4-pack of high pressure areas over the western U.S. That will create a big ridge of high pressure, and that will stay in place on Friday into Saturday. We'll see mostly cloudy skies, just some isolated showers on Saturday afternoon, and that will make for a very nice end to our weekend. As we move into Sunday, we can expect mostly sunny to sunny skies on Sunday with high temperatures then in the mid to upper 30s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to a cool, I said it, 23 degrees overnight tonight, so bundle up as you celebrate New Year's. Partly cloudy and a little bit cooler tomorrow for your New Year's Day, right at the freezing mark for a high temperature at 32 degrees. And then a bit of raininess moves in on Wednesday and Thursday, a 60% chance for rain or rain mixed with snow on both Wednesday and Thursday. But look at that nice warm up on Thursday, all the way up to 39, 40 your high temperatures. We end our work week on Friday with mostly cloudy skies. We'll stay mostly cloudy on Saturday with maybe an isolated shower or two, about a 20% chance for that Saturday. Your high temperature then at 36 degrees. And to end the weekend, looks awfully nice, doesn't it? Mostly sunny skies, seasonal temperatures with highs on Sunday around 34 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat, poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you and happy New Year's Eve. The Seahawks are headed to the playoffs as the number 5 seed in the NFC following a 27-24 win over Arizona Sunday at CenturyLink Field. An otherwise dismal day on special teams, bailed out by Sebastian Janikowski's 33-yard game-winning field goal as time expired. Hawks had 2 punts blocked, several long returns, put a bad taste in the mouths of the 12s, but Coach Pete Carroll would be undeterred.
There's a lot of concerns about the way this thing came off today, the way we played, but I really look at it like we stopped the streak, because we haven't beaten these guys in 3 years here, so whatever it took to get it done, we finally got that done. There was a lot of issues with this game in field position because of special teams plays and mishaps and all of that, that made it really hard. It just reminds us of how hard it is to win these games and how much we cherish every one of them. They played really good today, and when they needed to, and as they had to keep it like that. So it's good to get this win. It's good to get to 10 and all that.
Now, the offensive line had its own issues, allowing 6 sacks in passing attack, netting 109 yards on the day. Coach Carroll quick to point out the positives, with the Seattle defense also coming up with 6 sacks, keeping the Cardinals to a net of 198 yards of total offense.
What was really obvious today was the defense played all day long, and they did great. And they held them. They didn't give them 100 yards rushing, 6 sacks, big third down numbers again. Really good pressure all day long, and good coverage all day long too, for the most part. And it was just a really good day for them, and we needed them badly. And that's kind of how it works, you know. Fortunately, we ran the ball well and got our yardage and did like we've been doing. But we had trouble with the pass protection today, was obvious, and they got 6 sacks too. We had some trouble with line calls, line stunts, and things that they were doing. A couple pressures we didn't identify well, and you could just see where the mixing and matching caught us a little bit today against a team that makes it really hard on you. And so it was a bad mix. Fortunately, we're back. We should be back to pretty good shape next week as we get ready for the next game. Fluke was ready to play today. We held him out. He was ready if we needed him, which is great. So he goes back in there, and it allows Fetty to go back to tackle and George to go back to the tight end stuff that we've been doing. And we're pleased with that. We'll find out about Squeeze. So anyway, we ended up getting 10, and we're heading to the playoffs, and our guys are really excited about that. They're really pumped up about the next step, and looking forward to it.
Chris Carson rushed for 122 yards on 19 carries with a touchdown. Mike Davis also punched one in on the ground. Next up for Seattle, NFC wildcard game at Dallas Saturday at 5:15. That game will be broadcast on Fox. Well, the national championship game is now set following a couple of yawners in the semifinals Saturday night. It'll be number 1 Alabama against number 2 Clemson a week from tonight, following the Crimson Tide's 45-34 win over Oklahoma. Earlier in the night Saturday, Clemson rolled over Notre Dame 30-3. Washington State Cougars able to claim victory at the Alamo Bowl Friday night with a 28-26 win over Iowa State. Gardner Minshew threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for another as the Cougars set a school record with 11 wins on the season. Minshew finished with 4,779 passing yards. That breaks a Pac-12 school record set by Jared Goff. Cyclones had a chance to tie the game with 4:02 remaining following a 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback Josh Purdy, but the Cougar defense rose to the occasion, made a stop on the ensuing 2-point attempt. Cougars get the win. By the way, first Pac-12 team to win a bowl game in 366 days after the conference went over following Utah's win last December in the Heart of Dallas Bowl a day after Christmas. Well, Washington hopes to follow the Cougars' lead tomorrow night in the 105th Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual, as the Huskies will take on Ohio State with a 2 o'clock kickoff in Pasadena. Washington represents Pac-12 as its champs. Ohio State, the Big Ten champs, 12-1. Huskies 10-3. Coach Chris Peterson has only 1 bowl win at Washington. They're looking for their first Rose Bowl victory since 2009. Ohio State's Urban Meyer, meanwhile, his last game coaching, but he did announce that he'll stay on at Ohio State as an assistant athletic director. Here's what we have on tap this week for the NCWLIFE channel as we ring in the new year. We have a live wrestling match Thursday night. Wenatchee hosts West Valley on Friday. It's the annual Litter Box game. Wenatchee hosting Eastmont. It's going to be at the Town Toyota Center. We'll be live with the Unified game at 5, followed by the girls at 6 and the boys at about 7:30. I'll be courtside with Grant Olson on your play-by-play. More live basketball Saturday. Eastmont hosting Davis. Girls at 5:30, boys later on at 7:30. Of course, it wouldn't be the right to end the year without taking a look back at some of the big stories in sports here on the NCWLIFE channel. In all, we broadcast 73 live local high school sporting events between January 2nd and today. Add in 43 Wenatchee Wild games, and that's 116 local sports events. Let's take a look at the year back that was NCWLIFE channel sports. 47-44, 3-pointer for Cox. Ramos Garcia, underhand, good! At the buzzer!
There it is. That's the win.
Eastmont will win the regular season championship.
And that will do it. Wenatchee's going to win it in double overtime.
The Kashmir Bulldogs will play for the state championship on Saturday night.
The quick move. Left foot, Nassar! Go, 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 go!
Vanderbeck again. Shot. Score! Signed, sealed, delivered. Wenatchee, you are home to an ice hockey champion.
Here comes the throw home. It's offline, and the run will score, and Eastmont takes a 2-1 lead.
These boys behind me are officially the top team in the Big Nine. Congratulations.
And that's opening things up for Roby.
Jorgensen with the shot and the goal, and Wenatchee's up 9-4 with a huge shot for Roby Jorgensen with 5:34 to go. Jorgensen has the hat trick on the night. Okay, we're doing O-line on 3. Ready?
O-line on 3. 1, 2, 3. O-line.
Now, wait a minute. Before we go to the break.
That's why he made that 60-yard interception return.
You got to pan out a little bit and show these cleats here. For goodness, I got to step out of get the light on those. Where in the world did you get those?
Yeah, I had to custom order them. No, I'm just playing.
Reverses it. And it's a point for Wenatchee, and the Panthers will win it 16-14.
Dalton Thomas, number 8, defensive back, the Sunny Slope Elementary School. Go Wolves, baby.
Wesley, the Island, McElwain, number 3, corner, Kenroy Elementary.
And then back to pass Everhart, looking downfield, throwing, and wide open as Kalen Massey comes up with the football. He's loose at the 35-30, 25-20, taking it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. Congratulations. I mean, obviously, what a game tonight.
Yeah, hell of a game. Offense came out, just hitting on all cylinders.
The Eastmont Wildcats are the Big Nine champs.
And we hit the field like, all day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, and squad like, squad blue like, on the right like, and it's sound like, and it's sound like, and it's sound like.
All right, there you go. That's going to wrap it up for the NCW Life channel. Say goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And here's to another great sports year in 2019. Grant, back to you.
What a year in sports. Thanks, Eric. Firefighters were called out overnight to a structure fire on South Mission Street in Wenatchee. An older single-story wood frame home caught fire. Chelan County Fire District 1 Captain Clint Webley says the house was not occupied.
We arrived to find smoke and fire showing from the Bravo side of the structure, one of the windows on that side, and smoke throughout the building. The building appeared vacant with boarded up windows. However, we made sure we got inside as quickly as possible for a fire attack and do a primary search. Lots of times, especially during this time of year, people will use structures like this to stay warm. We had some difficulty gaining access to the fire because it was boarded up, but crews were able to get in quickly still and make a good fire attack and knock the fire down, and we were able to get searches of the structure with nothing found. No injuries reported. We're just continuing to monitor on scene for any hot spots.
Webley says damage was limited to the south side of the structure. The cause is under investigation. Southbound traffic on South Mission Street near the Cellar Bridge was detoured for about 2 hours. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Wednesday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night and a Happy New Year.
NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
I'm Jenny Kerstetter, and you are watching the NCW Life channel. Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.